Everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Birdman, aka Pastor Bird, aka I am not Pastor Bird for this next broadcast. We about to have a good time today. Praise the Lord. We want to welcome you to the Center of the Saint podcast once again. I am your host, Alex, aka Birdman, along with a good friend of mine, Deuce Hype. What's happening, Deuce?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, give me a little bit more action on the response.
My bad. How to do?
Thank you very much. You had me worried there for a little bit. And King Carter is on his way. Of course, he always got something he got to do right before we get on. I can't talk too much trash. I just took a very important phone call that hopefully y'all will see the results of soon. In addition to that, we had to, on this one, make sure we get a little bit of softer touch. So we're not just sitting here on barbarian time. We invited the lovely Shenitra Story on. How are you tonight?
I am good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Pretty good. I guess I can't call it tonight yet. Our clocks done went forward and the sun's still out.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. I might actually shed a few pounds. I ain't got no choice. I have to.
The winter weight.
Yeah, I wish I could blame winter. I think this weight was here last fall as well.
You know what?
Maybe even last summer. Just a year-round blessing that we don't need. Lord, we don't need. So while we're getting set up, while people are still coming in, let's take a minute. If you go to the Center of the Saint page, make sure you share the broadcast so that as many people can see it as possible. You can also share it if you're watching us from YouTube live with your audience on your various social media platforms. So if you're commenting, make sure that you're commenting in the main broadcast. We want to make sure that everybody can see what you're saying. If you say the right things, you might get your face on the screen tonight. If you say the wrong things, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see what you said. Other than that, we're getting ready to get it going. I'm trying to give King Carter a second to get on in here. So before we actually get down to the nitty gritty, I just wanted to give a shout out, shameless plug, to my wife before we get started. That way we make sure we get all the parameters set up.
Better.
Talk about better post me. I do post you. I just posted our anniversary week. We got 9 years in. She ain't kicked me out yet. Praise the Lord.
Congratulations.
She ain't called the police on me or nothing. I'm still here.
That's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because y'all will call.
I don't call the police.
Don't tell them what you do in this portion of the broadcast yet. We want to keep.
They might have to call it on me.
We want to keep the fellas engaged. We don't want to know what happens in crisis time just yet. Not yet.
Oh no, can't confirm nor deny.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I'm starting to have second thoughts already. Pat, you had a good weekend?
Oh yeah. It was busy. Had a gig in Orlando Friday, Ocala Saturday, and then worship Sunday. So normal, I guess.
A gig? What kind of gig? What do you do?
I play drums in a couple bands.
Okay.
Friday was True Phonic, and they do mostly like originals, funk, rock. Then Saturday was the other band I play with, Soul Jam. We do a lot of originals, a jam band.
Okay.
But yeah, it was at the Fat
Electric
Tire
guitar.
Bike.
You play bass.
Oh, I'm a drummer.
You did say drummer. I'm sorry. Why am I thinking guitarist? That's my favorite instrument, so I'm biased.
Guitar players are cool.
That's prophetic. Why. That was a prophetic utterance. He's
go ahead and learn.
He's got guitar lessons lined up.
The acoustic guitar.
Actually, I do play the acoustic guitar.
Add preaching to his jacket. We want to shout out the prophet Rob Adderley here with us tonight.
Well, I really have to be good. I'm gonna be good today.
No, you don't got to be. Don't worry. The heathens are in here too.
The saints are in the house. I can't.
Of course, the saints are on time. Praise God.
Amen.
It's funny. We all from the Black Church Bermuda Triangle right there. We grew up right there on Lipscomb. Pat was around the corner at Main Street.
Okay.
That's his people's church.
I'm a Macedonia baby.
Okay.
Shout out to GAC. We in here, taking over y'all.
we have home training, you know. We do. The foundation's there.
1 second. I'm gonna resend this link to get King Carter in here. And then we're gonna get right down to the nittiest of the gritty.
Ooh, child.
It ain't gonna be too bad. I promise. I'm gonna behave myself as well.
Why do I feel
got
like
people watching
Jason
me.
gonna be here?
Now, what we're not gonna do is name drop.
I am. Where is Jason? I know he's probably gonna be near.
He might creep into the comments.
Did you send him an invite? Because me and Jason gonna be boxing. Do I need to get the Vaseline?
No, leave the Vaseline off this broadcast. Your lighting is good. We don't want you shining too much. For those of you watching on YouTube, yes, we do see you. Shout out to Sis, who is watching from a lovely location that I saw on her story that I'm going to have to ask about off the broadcast. It's giving.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, that looked like water.
Yeah, we ain't. Yeah, she's on full vacation mode.
Good for her.
All right. I sent the homie one more thing, but we probably gonna go ahead and get started without him. And the way he is, I'm gonna ask the question and introduce the topic, and he gonna jump right in with big eyes. But there's a post that caught all of our attention over the last week.
Yes.
You know what? I'm just gonna read the headline. And we're going to see what happens because, you know, usually, fellas, I would be with y'all on one, but saw some footage. Didn't look too footy. So there was an Atlanta hairstylist who is going viral after her date invited her to an NBA basketball game, then left him because the seats he purchased were too far away from the court. Let's just sprinkle a little bit of silence on that right there. You fellas invite somebody out for a date. You know, you think you're just going to do your thing. Let's go see a Hawks game because they're in Atlanta. Now, I think there's a lot we have to.
Actually, it was a Detroit game, so that
they were
makes it even worse.
Oh, wait, they were playing Detroit?
They were in Detroit. They were at a Pistons game from what the picture looked like. That wasn't an Atlanta Hawks
hey, Pat is going down quick. The Pistons got about as many wins this year as all of us
$16 for a ticket.
I'm gonna say they floor seats.
We want to wait.
Right?
We want to wait until we get into the ticket pricing. We're not that far yet. Hold on, just in time.
Oh,
we got you. You came in right on time. We just
ran over there swinging like he just I've arrived. I'm here.
Carter done redecorated the whole room.
Hey, listen, my wife came in and was like, "What are you doing?" She came and got me right.
Shout out to her. Don't worry, she's gonna be in here.
Well, actually, she's on her way to church, so she's going down to support Bishop at not sure what the church is down in Port Malabar Road in Palm Bay, but she's heading there with the kids. So
yeah, we want to shout out Love Center Church Melbourne. That's where the two of us are currently. Where I serve on staff. Miracle Monday is going down tonight at 7 p.m.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, our Bishop Gary L. Salter Jr. will be there bringing the word with the Life Changers Outreach Church. If you're in the area, go check that out. And I promise you, this won't take too long. So if you're watching this before you go, you'll make it there by the time he gets up. Because otherwise, we're just going to be on here yelling at each other. All right, so I
just really want to yell at Patrick just because, but
we're gonna give Patrick a chance. We're gonna give Patrick a chance tonight because I'm gonna see how he finagle his way out of this one. So went on the date, got invited on a date. You're a hairstylist from Atlanta. You get to the game, and the seats ain't seating. The seats just Seats just ain't seating. So the first thing I want to do before we even get to some reactions, we're gonna let our guest Shenitra go first. But before we get to the reaction, I just want to say that we're not gonna have this conversation like we 18 and 22 and 25 years old, fresh out of college, trying to make something happen. I don't care how young the hairstylist was. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how young the brother that took her out was.
Yes.
We're going to have this conversation like the 35 plus year old people that we are.
All right.
Because,
You heard
hey,
that, Patrick?
Hey, listen. I'm gonna change my name to Patrick Play Less.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, play
do
less.
that. Please don't do that. At least wait till the next broadcast for that one. We got company.
I got you. I got you.
So I had to ask you, Shenitra, your first thought when you saw the post was?
He's tripping.
Oh, he's
tripping. Like, my girl was up by the AC vents. And
okay.
I'm blind. I don't have my glasses on right now, but I know for a fact if I was up there, I wouldn't be able to see anything. Everybody would look like ants to me.
If you want a little bit of comfort, if you are if you could see and had your glasses on, they would still look like ants.
Yeah.
From where they were.
You were higher than the Jumbotron. So
I want y'all to know, as this conversation goes on, the seats are going to get higher and higher.
It's tighter and
because she was sitting next to Jesus for real.
Half chicken, half five, Lord, right there. Hey, God, what's up? That's how close she was. It was ridiculous. I just felt like if he was going to, and I'm not saying spend a whole lot of money. I don't feel like that's needed, you know. However, I feel like first impressions are lasting impressions, you know. He could have did a little bit better, especially at a Detroit game. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
I would,
especially at a Detroit game.
Especially at a Detroit game.
Upon further review, I tried to give him the outing of the Atlanta Hawks game because it said Atlanta.
The Pistons.
The researchers have came back and determined that they were in Detroit.
Mm.
Well, when you adjust for inflation, Detroit ain't what it used to be.
Those seats were probably about $16. Okay. And a lot of people were giving me flack about, it's you should be grateful. Everybody throws that word around. It's a difference between being grateful and being appreciative. And I think people really need to figure out the difference between the two. Being grateful is, for me, is being grateful for like things that people kind of went out of their way to do. I feel like it was just kind of subpar. If it was about your budget, I would rather go to Starbucks and have a date with you than to be in the rooftop. That's just me. If it was about budget, you know what I mean? Let's go to Starbucks. I actually like Starbucks. I love Starbucks. And I don't think he actually thought about what she would be comfortable enjoying. I think it was more or less about what he wanted to do.
Go get mummies.
So that's my take on it.
Boy,
I don't think her feelings. I don't think her feelings were considered.
I don't have mummies.
I don't think her feelings were considered.
Go look at what's plugged up behind on the mummy side of the bed.
That's my opening statement. You, sir?
What we'll do before we go directly to Dikembe Mutombo down here, who's getting ready to try to block your shot. We'll send it over to King Carter. King Carter, when you.
Oh yeah, come on, floor seats. Yeah, come on, floor seats.
It doesn't have to be floor seats.
Oh no,
I know Carter. I know Carter.
Mid-grade would have been okay. Mid-grade would have been all right.
Listen,
all right.
I'm just gonna as a point of order. They're gonna argue with each other for a second. See, you haven't entered all the way yet.
First of all, let me say this. First of all, those seats were way too high, right? Those seats was way too high. But you know, me being a man, I gotta sympathize with dude, and I gotta see where he was at a little bit because, you know, he might have bought the tickets. He thought she might have enjoyed, you know, just being at the game. He just ain't know she, you know, she didn't want to sit by the stars. You know, it's just I don't, you know, that's way too high. I would have never bought tickets like that personally, you know. But you know, I'm thinking maybe he would have thought that she appreciated, you know, at least the gesture of doing it. But that as said in the first impression, you know, taking a girl out on a date or whatever, and sitting next to the moon, you know what I'm saying? That just
he definitely gave her the stars and the moon.
That just ain't it. That just ain't it. You know,
from our good friend Chris, we want to send a shout out to Texas Roadhouse. Some comments.
I promise you.
Texas Roadhouse rolls would have probably been a better icebreaker.
For just real. Give me the honey butter and the rolls. I would.
I'm not mad at her for being upset that she said that high. Now I am a little bit, you know, she could have just had that conversation because, you know, I mean, I would have said, you know, these, you know, I would have said that whole time. She could have said that whole time with dude. You know what I'm saying? He could have, you know, they could have had conversation because obviously the game ain't really that loud. They could talk about
empty.
whatever.
It was empty.
They could talk about whatever they want to talk
technically,
about,
when you up high, the speakers are looking you right in the face, so it could be very loud up there.
I don't know, dude.
Now,
She was I was watching the video, Alex. I was watching the video, and I heard her clearly. Perfect. You know, I'm a Miami Heat fan. My wife sit us, you know, center court, you know, whatever. And you can't hardly hear each other right there. But where she was sitting at, she recorded that TikTok or whatever that video was, and she was crystal. I could hear everything she was saying. You know what I'm saying?
She might have had that new phone that Google got where you can take the background noise out.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to help. Now, since we're going to provide a little bit of solution, if I would have been up there, I never would have been up there, number one. But if I would have been up there and saw a hesitant reaction, I would have found my way to one of the seats where you can either sit at the bar and see the game better or want to see if I can get me a club level upgrade. So I can say, like, example, when you go to a Magic game, they got a restaurant that's at club level.
That's at club level. Yeah.
That you could pay for access to. Y'all gonna sneak me on this club level. I'm doing something because that was unacceptable. And even before we get to Pat, oh God,
your sister.
Yeah, it went down even further. Pat, this ain't looking good, man.
Come with the receipts. Come with it now.
Tonight, she said it was $32 before tax.
Now look, tonight we could have been in the 100s for those of you that may not. That's the lower bowl,
the lower level. Yeah. Yes,
$32 a seat before taxes and fees.
Somebody gave him them tickets. Somebody had to give man them tickets, man.
Well, no, I still.
But
he ain't buy them tickets.
But if it was empty, who doesn't sneak on down closer? Like, you could at least played it off, sir.
I ain't even sneaking. I'm just gonna act like these are my ticket. These are my seat right down here.
I'm pretty sure at that level, no one's really checking to see if you're supposed to be there.
At that game, nobody cares. They're just happy you there.
You ever been to the game? They shoot the shirts up. They shoot the shirts and all the. Boy, not neon shirt or no.
They don't make it.
Stuff. They don't make it up there.
No.
They don't even make it. They don't even make it to the second level. I was at the Magic. My wife and I went to the Magic game last night. And number one, I just want to say, hey, Orlando Magic, I need y'all to up the free T-shirt budget again. Them cannons used to be firing for 3 to 5 minutes at those games.
You're right.
They gave us them 37 seconds of T-shirts going off. It didn't even come to my section.
Really?
I just knew I had the perfect location. Look, there wasn't no glass in front of me. Look, I could receive the shirt right here, just right in the bread basket. Come on. Then you walk over there. Now, before I give my full opinion, let's go ahead, Deuce, and tell us what you think.
Okay, I've had some time to nurture to meditate on this. I agree with Shenitra. I don't know if I pronounce it right.
It's Shenitra.
Okay.
Yes, I thought I was your arch nemesis.
No, in this sentiment, I agree
Okay.
that grateful. No, you should at least appreciate the effort now.
Appreciative.
Yes. Now, Bird said 36, right? 36-year-old Patrick at a Detroit Pistons games. I would have tried to get floor seats because I know they got to be at least $100, at least at a Detroit Pistons game.
We just want to remind everybody that tonight, if you're watching from Detroit, you could be in the 100s for the low price of $32.
$32.
Chrissy,
I'll guarantee.
Chrissy, pull up those numbers for us.
Right, thank you. Yeah, look at the floor seats because I guarantee
don't put the floor seats on here because y'all gonna think they're tripping.
I want to know.
Once you get on the floor, you touch that wood, you're gonna have to.
I want to
kick out a little bit.
Okay, well, that's the second part. Is I've always been taught how you start is how you have to continue and upgrade. So if you start dating on a high level, you can't downgrade. You can't go back down. You got to continue to fulfill those, I guess, expectations that now she may have. I'm not saying she will have them, but if I start on a high level date, I cannot take you to Applebee's next time.
I don't like Applebee's, but continue.
I do, but that's just
Pat,
saying.
What we're not gonna do is
we're not gonna start this. We got this woman here.
But I do like Cheesecake Factory. I do.
See?
Okay,
right,
okay, we'll go
I was
there.
mad at her for that.
All right,
now. Like, now crossing the line.
But that's what I was taught. Yeah. So
got white and brown
I
bread.
would not probably, if I knew these tickets are $16, I'd have been like, yo, you know what? Let's just go to like a bar or something to watch this game and eat and hang out. And then next time try to upgrade the date. See, they talking about. Listen, Applebee's ain't bad.
You gotta do it.
Applebee's ain't bad.
It's kind of gross. It's like frozen microwave food. I don't like it personally.
Hey, Jake, you're not wrong. Jake, you're not wrong.
And you need a verse a day.
It is. It's overwhelming, Jake. And
guess what I'm doing?
I'm
getting me a dish a day at the Cheesecake Factory. I live next door to the Cheesecake Factory. I can go there for more than a month.
So listen, shout out to Jake Salter. He is the lead singer, the leader of the band True Phonic that I played with on Friday.
Hi, Jake.
Shout out. What's up, Jake? Now, Patrick, let me ask you this, though. I want to ask Shenitra this, though.
Mm-hmm.
My problems was with how she was just fronting on dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the seats was bad, right? The seats was bad, right? But she could have just not called him again, or you know what I'm saying?
I would have ghosted him, me personally.
You would have ghosted him.
Why? But why?
Why ghost him?
No. I feel like everybody has the right to.
Wait, did you say ghost or post?
She said ghost him. She said
he never would have saw me again.
Casper.
Okay, see, I get that. I'm cool with that. I thought you said post him like that. Why he got to be blasted on social media?
Absolutely. What? So I don't agree with how she handled it. I think she could have been a little bit more tactful. So when I was trolling on Facebook, I was like, I probably would have bought me another seat and waved to him from the bottom. I wouldn't have done that. No. I was joking.
Hey,
I just wanted
to do it. Face $32 in the 100s.
I would have.
Right. FaceTime.
Bro,
hey, I just want to let you know I'm down
that?
here. I just want to let you know I'm down here.
I wouldn't emasculate him. I wouldn't do that. I was joking when I said that, but I wouldn't want to like make him feel small. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have gone public either to try to humiliate the man. I think that was done in poor taste. I do.
Okay, let me ask you though. If it was a LA Lakers game, are you okay with those tickets up there?
I like LeBron, so I don't know. However, if he invited her out and it was a first date, I just think a basketball game wouldn't have been the right place to go to get to know someone either way. That's just me personally. Like I said earlier, I would have been cool with Starbucks. If we just want to just get to know each other real quick to see if we vibe and this is, if we mesh, let's go have some coffee.
Yeah, one thing I want to. No, hold on, Pat.
Hold on, Patrick. Hold on, let him get it off, Alex. Let him get it off, Alex, because he ain't gonna stop till he get it off.
I'm not gonna let him get that one off because one thing we have to stop doing with this story is pretending like you're gonna get to know somebody at a basketball game.
You're not, and I think he should have had her in mind when he chose that date. Honestly, I don't think he had her what she may like in mind.
All right, we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause. We're going to pause. Second
Chris,
row on
let's
the
see
floor
what
is
the facts.
$3.99. That's verified
Second row
resale.
is $3.99.
Detroit
Wow.
Let's see with the facts.
Somebody's trying to resell them for $3.99. So they
And that's
either paid
resale
that price or they
So
At a
know they
paid
high.
Pistons game,
a little bit less.
that should be the
Wow.
season tickets. That should be the price of season tickets at
I
Detroit.
tell you what, if we have a sponsorship pending from the Detroit Pistons, we sorry. We're just having a good time
listen.
tonight.
You definitely
Hey,
don't.
nah,
They
nah,
can't
look,
afford
they
it.
The
trash.
sponsorship is
Lord,
gone.
That's
We got to call it. They trash. We got to call
They
it how
don't got
it
it.
is.
They're
Yeah,
gonna have to do a spaghetti dinner to be able to do a sponsorship. Like they suck.
Lord, not the hood fundraisers.
I said it. Fish fry.
But now let's go ahead and unleash Patrick because that coffee thing set him off. And
Write down Patrick.
lovely
Yeah,
Kiera
he
Carter
always.
says,
I
write
knew he
down
was going to
Patrick.
say that.
I'm
Write
saying.
down.
Thank you. So no,
coffee.
do you
He
make
said-
my
he
point?
says
Because
that.
we got to go spend $200 on a fine dine restaurant to get to know people. I'm talking to you two right here on my left side. You two right here.
Let's not
Sometimes
reveal
it's
to the
okay.
people the makeup
I
of
can
our
be
screens.
transparent. I've gone on a Starbucks date before. I have.
And how was that?
Did you enjoy yourself?
I like Starbucks. So that's what I keep telling you. If a guy, if he really cared about what she would enjoy, he probably would have had a better outcome, to be honest, to see, what she really likes. Now, would I say I would do that all the time? No, probably won't do it all the time. However, I feel like if it's just, I want to get to know you, see if we like click, if we mesh, that's a quick date. You probably spend $25 at Starbucks. I might run it up because I do
Patrick,
like
put your finger
Starbucks.
down.
I need the cheese Danish, the cinnamon dolce latte, 2 extra pumps,
Right.
with the
Right.
sweet cream. You know what I'm saying? However, it's still less than what it's still less than that the skylight seats that he paid for.
It was referred to as a bootleg skybox earlier by Mr. Chris
Ooh,
Moran.
child. Ooh, oh. I'm just saying. I mean, people judge me all the time. They're like, "Oh, she bougie, she this." I might be a little bougie. I like what I like. However, I like Starbucks too. So you don't have to just go all out, spend $200 and $300 on every day. I don't require that, but I do require for somebody.
You think it's so funny. Look at it.
I do require somebody to take the time to kind of cater to what I like.
Yes, and see, I agree. We just talked about first date options, right? That's what we were talking about a while ago.
And you
I
said
I can do a lot with $50.
Yes, you're gonna have to keep
$50.
it up.
Exactly. Then I can move on up, climb them steps.
Oh Lord!
Patrick,
I can't get on. I can't get on a plane.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on now. Don't just run past that. Did you hear what he said, Shenitra? Did you hear what he said? $50.
First date.
What
date,
we
I can
going?
do a lot with $50.
Starbucks.
We can go.
Because you can't feed
me
me.
some ice cream. I
like
do I
ice
gotta feed
cream.
you a whole meal. I gotta feed you a whole meal. The first date. A whole meal. The first date.
If you ask me that's what I want to do, and if I say dinner, I would expect for you to feed me. Yes.
But see, if I ask and you tell me dinner, I'm gonna do my due diligence. Yeah, they act like I'm just some savage, and like
No.
I ain't gonna
See,
we're
gonna stop. We're gonna stop this right now.
You will be
see,
ghosted. I promise you, you will
I
never
knew he
hear
was.
from me
I knew
again.
he was going to try to act up because we got company.
You would never hear from me again. No, he can act up. I'm very witty. I can get back with you.
You know what? I knew he was going to act like. I knew he was going to act like this. But Patrick, I mean,
I eat. I feed myself very well.
If she want to go to dinner, 50 ain't going to do it, buddy.
It's not.
Wait a minute.
Everybody sees the cap because they remember that episode. And they remember one restaurant. The Grinding Grape, according to Patrick.
Grinding Grape.
There's not okay. This place is nice. They sell flatbreads. They sell hors d'oeuvres and all these snacks.
Snack. I could have stayed home for a snack.
See, Now you, look at your $50 crumbling.
Like
in the web of lies that you wrapped it in.
Man, y'all have to realize the women that you ask out. This
and I don't ask out women that have a high tolerance. Very low.
Go to feed this to you. You have to know the woman that you're trying to court. Okay. Some women are okay with that. You know what I'm saying? they're fine with your bare minimum. I'm not okay.
She said your bare minimum.
Anyone's bare minimum. If you're gonna come my way, sir, you need to come, because I treat myself very well. So if you're gonna be a man in my life, you need to either match that or exceed it. So it's not anything about me thinking I'm this, I'm that, or whatever, but I literally take myself to Ruth Chris because I want to go. And I'll go eat by myself. I'm not saying
Patrick's
that's where
face
he has
when
to
you
take
said
me.
Ruth Chris. His whole
What I'm
face
saying
changed.
is, if that's what I want that day, that's what I'm going to eat that day. You know what I mean? So if you're going to ask me on a date, you need to know the type, what she kind of likes. Everybody doesn't match, and that's okay.
Right. And that's all I was saying. See, I know mine, right? I can't take her to a place that she ain't gonna eat, because not only will it be a waste of my money, it'll be an attitude at the end of the night. I don't want to deal with that. I'm gonna take her somewhere I know I'm gonna get her money's worth by feeding her something that I know she's gonna eat. Now, sometimes we'll try stuff, different places. I get a chance to play a lot of places, so I'm like, well, let's try this tonight. I've done that a bunch.
Either.
Right, and I've done that a bunch, and there's most of the places that we gone, she just don't like. She's a very simplistic woman. She's not complicated.
I love Greek food. I go to a Greek restaurant. I like Thai. I like all kinds of different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I need to go to Fleming's just to eat every time. Just know what I like. And
right. I respect that.
And let's do a little bit of calibration.
I was gonna say, because I'm gonna reel this back in, because Patrick really think he's making a point here.
Yeah,
he really do.
I'm not. No, I'm really about. I'm not trying to make my point.
He's about to get cooked in a minute.
I just believe
I'm about to cook him, but I'm letting him try to let him
trying to prove a point. I'm telling you what I like, what I do, what I know, and that's all I can do. I'm not trying to convince nobody.
That's the problem. When we have these conversations, it's not always so much about experience and personal reflection as much as it is realism and the fact that there's more out there than what some of us are blessed to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I come to the conversation with my approach, maybe some of it was from our experiences back in the day, but also looking at the landscape of what's out there. I can't approach dates as I did in my early 20s as a man in my mid 30s. You know what I'm saying? There were some things I could get off and get away with. And plus, with the level I've worked myself to as a man, I'm not going to lessen my own life's experience to test the compatibility of someone else, or simply to see if I can vibe with them, or try to do some type of subliminal test to see if she can rock with me at my lowest point. Praise God, I'm already past my lowest point, and the trajectory is only going higher.
Exactly.
You might hit a plateau every now and then, but hey, it's one thing if I like burgers, you like burgers. Let's go hit the sloppy burger joint and get to know each other. That's one thing. But if I don't know what you like yet, I'm not going to lead out with something that's beneath the standard I've set for myself as a man. And on some of the things that we name, if we kept it 100 as men in their mid 30s to 40s and up who are financially, well off, or at least doing all right in this economy, you know what I'm saying? It would be disingenuous of me to bring the conversation back to where it started. It would be very disingenuous of me to spend a total of $32 on seats to an NBA game and say that I wanted to get to know you, because I'm not sitting up there.
Who going? Who going up there? My knees already bad.
I wouldn't take my. Hey, if you are in such a tax bracket, that's all you can afford. May the Lord be with you. You know what I'm saying?
Bless
and you got other options. I'm sure around the Detroit Pistons arena, there are some other places to watch the game. This is why I was hoping that it was in Atlanta, because in Atlanta, around that arena,
there's a lot of places
you
to watch.
got 11 places you can go to watch that game.
I'm pretty sure
that $32 in ticket money.
Downtown Detroit has some places too.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'd rather watch it at home. I could see the players better.
Yeah,
rather watch
you're
the
not
game
gonna
at
get
home.
off. They almost had me until we want to shout out Steve Pittman.
Where is Steve? Where is
Steve,
Steve?
I don't know where Steve's at tonight, but Steve put up that seating chart
And tag me in that mess.
and showed where those seats
He
had
showed
to
where
be
the seat was?
from. Because at first I had no clue. I thought the seats was too high. I was like, maybe she tripped. That's where the title came from. Oh, these ain't floor seats. I tried to give the brother out, thinking that she was expecting some floor seats. All she wanted to do was get in the second bowl.
Hello. I don't think that's too much.
Not
And
the
to
first
add
bowl.
And to add on to what you said a moment ago, Alex, the guy put a TikTok up saying that he was testing her.
Oh, nope.
For a first
Really?
date?
Did you
Is
see
that what he
that?
said?
Y'all didn't see that, huh?
That boy, that
I didn't.
lying,
I got
boy.
out the rabbit hole before I got too mad. I'm sorry.
He
He lying,
said that
boy.
he was testing her and she
For a first
failed
date?
the test. Sir, if you test me, I'm going to fail every time. You're not
Listen,
gonna test.
That's correct.
You're not
That's
gonna make me
crazy.
suffer to earn your love. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Yeah,
a
so
rat
he-
rat.
I'm
not.
not. I'm
So
not
he
trying
said
to
he
test
said
you
he
on a first date.
was
When I say I'm going to
testing.
these places, I'm not trying to test nobody. I'm just
He
hey, let's
said
just
it.
go get them. I ain't doing all
Patrick,
that.
you just
He
being
said that he
cheap
was
just because that's how
testing
you are. You ain't being you just being cheap because that's how you are, Patrick. You ain't testing nobody.
Hey, nah, I'm not testing
Y'all
nobody.
end up at the
Not
if y'all
cheap,
end up
he's
at the grind and grapes, it's
frugal.
because you playing. You playing to go to the
Exactly.
grind and grapes.
That
Yeah,
was
but why
not
would he
testing.
test her? That means he was disingenuous.
Yeah, that's
Right.
not a good test. That was a terrible test.
So once again, you would have found out more about the young lady with some conversation than you did by making yourself a national embarrassment and buying cheap tickets to a Pistons game. I hope this brother sees this. Please tell me y'all were in Atlanta. Please tell me that y'all were in Atlanta. And please tell me y'all was in Atlanta.
The man could have
No,
remained anonymous because nobody knew who he was.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have told nobody who I was.
Right.
I would have just stayed
I
quiet
wouldn't have
about
did.
that.
Nah.
He could have.
Yeah.
So he
He
wanted
bought
to be
them tickets.
seen. He did
Missed
what
the
he did
tickets.
to troll and to get a rise out of her, and he got exactly what he asked for.
I don't know what it was, but I just know that he went to Ticketmaster on his phone, and he selected the seats. He selected those, and he paid for it with Apple Pay, and he showed up to the game. and as they got in there, they had to walk next to Jesus to sit down. There's no way that I'm leaving my seat for concessions. I'm not going to the bathroom.
We staying here.
Nothing. You know how long
You should have told her. You should have told her to bring some binoculars. Hey,
Bro,
you gonna
that's
need
crazy.
these.
You got
That's
to
crazy.
put.
I remember.
You got to stop
bro,
and get them snacks on the way up to the seat.
What?
It's a
Bro, I
long
remember
walk.
one time. God, maybe I shouldn't say the name of my church, but it was a church that I attended a long time ago.
Thank you.
I should probably not say the name of it, but I was appreciative. I was a kid, and the church took us to a Magic game. Right, it took us to the Magic game, and I was so excited. I was so excited to go to the game, and I'll never forget walking into the game and us trying to find seats, and one of my family members was like, go up. So I remember us walking up, and as we got higher and higher, I'm like, well, how far up are we going? Well, we were sitting next to Jesus in the same seat. It gave me flashbacks.
You was on the highway to heaven.
What? They took all of the kids to the game, but I said, man, now the church made us pay for these seats.
Now I understand if it was a group. That might be a little different. If I'm like with my homegirls or something like that, and we're all trying to sit together, that might be a whole different dynamic. But
none of y'all ain't sitting up there.
If we
None of y'all ain't sitting up there. None of your homegirls sitting that high.
If we just key in, and like I said, it's like a group of 20, I would understand. You know what I mean? However, not for no date. Kind of
The only person I know, literally the only person that I know would have took them seats and probably appreciated them and had gratitude is Patrick. That's the only one that he would have took them tickets and be like, oh yeah, we going to the game. Oh yeah, he would have been happy.
Yeah.
And
Patrick,
Patrick,
because
about the only
I
one I ever
know.
know.
But listen, Shenitra, I know my wife. She wouldn't have cared much about the game. She'd be like, "Are you gonna feed me? All right, let's go." I know her.
That's your wife.
Yeah,
you're
I
supposed
know
to
she's
know
gonna be
her.
like, as long as I eat,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
when she gets sleepy,
Any
it's time to go.
any fellas watching this, don't y'all buy no seats like that.
Don't
No,
ask
I'm
me.
not. I wouldn't buy
Don't
tickets like
ask
that.
don't
me.
Now,
never buy no tickets
if
like
somebody
Whoever's
that.
gave
That's
them to me
crazy.
now,
Don't ask
give 'em
Shenitra
here.
That's
because I
crazy.
ain't going.
That's
And
crazy.
see, look, I
Don't.
gotta rewind because look, I
I
hate
ain't
to
going.
sound like an elitist. I don't care if we're in a group at this point in life.
I was.
We can fit 16 to 24 people in the luxury suite
Ooh.
Hey, listen, brother.
and chop that up.
Listen, Patrick, y'all invited me to a game and y'all got seats up there. I'm not sitting with y'all. I'm gonna say, you know what, man? Let me just buy these tickets real quick because I'm gonna go sit. I'm gonna sit down. I can't sit with y'all. This is ridiculous.
I
There's no
saw
possible way.
I saw some horrible comments like calling the girls broads and wenches and ungrateful this and
What
that.
is
And
what is a wench?
You want the real answer?
I don't know what that is.
That
Well, go
goes back to slavery.
Oh wow.
It goes back to slavery. She was the slave master's bed, the one that
Oh wow.
slave,
I got you. Okay.
yeah.
I got it.
I was trying to say that the nice way.
I got
And
you.
we gotta realize when we're dealing with the internet, the incel community is a big thing where you have a lot of frustrated men who aren't doing the
No,
best
these
in the
were women
dating
saying
department.
this.
Oh, and still you have women on the other side of incels for men, you have what they would stereotypically call the pick me crowd for women. So you'll get online and say anything that you think a man will agree with in order to garner attention or favor in real life. So a lot of the comments I usually filter through when they start getting into hateful language and things of that nature. And I understand the mindset that says if somebody invited you to go somewhere, you should have a level of appreciation.
No, they say grateful is the word.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to fix it in real time because that's grateful
the
is something that
difference.
my dad would say to me about something like that. And there's one thing that my dad used to couldn't stand was ungratefulness. You know what I'm saying? But he was saying that to me as a 12, 13, 14-year-old child, not as an adult who has the ability to do more. And that's one of the things that plays into the motive. You had the ability to do more when you had the ability to do something different, but you chose to take a route that was deceptive in the first place. And as a result, you get the reward of what you chose. So I'm not going to hold anybody to a certain level of angst because I don't like their response. I don't like the fact that he was tested.
I'm gonna fail every time.
You think he finessed her to the game? You think he finessed her to the game, huh?
I don't know if he finessed her. She probably
He was like,
he probably
I got
said,
ticket
"Hey,
to the
you want to go
game."
to this game with me?" Yeah, and she probably
was
like,
like,
"Sure,
yeah.
I'll go." You know what I mean? But she didn't know that she was going to be going up in the rapture.
He got to the game. He was like, "Gotcha." She left him.
Why are we on this escalator again?
Oh
you know, hey,
man.
you know when you had the Magic game, if you ever been to a Magic game when they redesigned the arena, boy, they got the longest escalators I've ever seen in my life that just keep going up.
It's some NFL arenas like that. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. You talk, and plus, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I have gone to a lot of professional sporting events. You know what I mean? So I know what right looks like. I know what it feels like. You know, I mean, going all the way back from when my sister was at FSU, I always went to those games. My brother-in-law played professional football, so I was at those games, and you know what I mean? So it was just like, nah, bro, you ain't no.
I still want to go. I still want to go back to how do we rectify an issue like that, and why do we ghost this dude? I want to know. I still want to understand why. Because I mean, I know girls do that.
I don't
right.
think I would want
if
to
things
talk
don't really
to him.
pan out with whoever they talking to, And that particular dude, that first trial, whatever that was, could not, I guess, not be the best representation of himself or whatever he could do for her. I
So
just feel like people deserve a little bit of grace.
let's, for the sake of this question, let's pretend like we don't know that he was testing her.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. We don't know.
That's
We don't
embedded
know
in my mind.
You know what
I'm sorry.
We gotta.
We don't
The
know.
only way you can. The only way
can't
you
look
can
past
answer that. The only way you can answer that honestly is to not be tested.
Don't test me.
You know what I'm saying? The only way you can say, because I had another way of asking, the same question. But let's say if you have a first date
Kiara.
that is subpar.
What? My
Oh,
wife
your
talking.
wife. Oh yeah, I was trying to scroll past it. But
Yeah,
she
she
don't quit.
would have checked me soon.
He would have went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure sis went to the bathroom.
Babe, why would you why would you leave somebody there? I don't understand why you ghosted. Instead of being like, I don't understand, man. I think people deserve a little bit of, I just think people deserve a little bit of grace. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out, for the sake of it with somebody, whatever, and things ain't pan out the way that I thought they should have, and it's her fault or whatever. I'm not gonna, like, if, for instance, the one dude that was waiting for his date or whatever, waiting for his date, and I think that she was late or whatever the case was. After that, he just stopped talking to him or whatever. He was like, no, he'll never answer the phone or whatever. I don't think that's right. I was just, next time we have a conversation, I would have just been like, yo, my time is valuable. I told you to be here at 7. It's 7:30. I bounce. You know what I'm saying? But
So before Shenitra
now
answers,
you understand.
What do you think would have happened to you? Sending a message talking about your time is valuable after. Well, you're gonna have plenty of your time all to yourself.
I think people just need to humble themselves a little bit, man, and throw a little grace in there. I think sometimes people miss out on the blessing because, I believe communication goes a lot further than just being able to duck somebody.
I've given a lot of grace in my past time, and I think I'm almost all out.
No, but you can't be. You can't be, right? Because the thing is somebody's probably giving you somebody's allotting you the same grace. Somebody's allotting you the same grace.
I am striving to be Christ-like, but I am not him.
She's in Jesus' neighborhood, but she ain't on the street yet.
I'm on the block. I'm on the
block. She in the neighborhood. She in the community, but
if she arrived in Jesus' neighborhood, if she arrived in Jesus' neighborhood via Uber, you'd get an alert that says she's getting close.
No, you know what? My foundation is that I'm a Jesus lover. Don't get my timing wrong. I really am. I joke, I play. However, I have given grace, and I feel like sometimes in today's society, like they use that grace as an opportunity to repeat certain patterns because they know you're going to keep giving them grace. And it's like, how much grace can you give a person, a grown adult who knows better? Who knows that, okay, I've been waiting on you an hour and don't respect the time, but I make reservations too. Okay. If I made reservations somewhere for us to go or bought tickets for us to go somewhere, I expect for you to at least be appreciative of my efforts and show up on time. And I think that's why I'm just like at my big age. I'll be 40 in a couple weeks. I just don't know if I have it in me anymore because I've given grace and my grace has been abused, and I think I'm out. My tank is low.
I agree. I understand what you're saying. I agree with that.
They play in your face, Jessica.
I'm gonna just play devil's advocate a little bit here, though. Mm-hmm. just from a different point. I'm gonna give you a different perspective from a man's point of view.
Give it to him.
Very rarely, and I say this over and over again because it is very rarely. Very rarely do I see a lot of women at least mention that whatever it is that they're dealing with, this grace period, whatever it is that they're dealing with, that they're not understanding that they're being granted some of the same grace in certain areas. They just don't notice it, right? And it's not openly things that we speak about as men, that we talk about, right? From the moment, I'm gonna give you an example. From the moment I graced your presence, or you graced my presence, you had an attitude. I could sense it from the time you got in my vehicle. You know, we're going to a restaurant that I made reservations at, that whatever was bothering you earlier today, I can kind of sense that. Our conversation ain't flowing as good as I think it might be, you know, or whatever it is, because something else has got your attention. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a million things, right? But the thing is that men compromise so much because we don't pay attention to all the rest of the nonsense, right? But as I think from a woman's perspective, they're fine. You know, there's no particular reason why, you know, whatever it is that we're talking about or going or dealing with, there's no particular reason why you should be upset because I'm in your presence, and things should be fine and everything is copacetic. But the thing is that we turn a blind eye to a lot of things and just never say anything. You know what I'm saying? So we just don't. We're just not wired the same way. So when it comes down to, again,
women are vocal.
A woman gonna tell you where you dropped the ball at.
To solidify
right?
that.
Yes.
That's my wife talking, right? Women gonna tell you where you dropped the ball at and where to go pick it up.
Tighten up.
They gonna tell you where you dropped the ball and where to pick it up.
Tighten up. That's all I ask.
Hey,
I just need you to tuck that hand clap away. We ain't gonna clap.
Listen, men gonna tell men know where they dropped the ball at.
Yeah.
We know where you dropped the ball at. We'll give you a shot to pick it up.
I don't ask for perfection, though.
You know?
No, I don't ask for perfection. I am so imperfect, and I am very transparent. Alex has known me for a very long time. Like, I am just myself, and I know where I fall short. I do try to make effort, you know what I mean, and where I can do better. So I know I could do better in probably having a conversation if I didn't like that first date. However, I probably won't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I get it.
You know what I mean? I'm being honest, you know,
that's being real. I understand.
Oh my God. I'd be like, he worked my nerve. I don't ever want to see him again because I don't know him, so I don't have an attachment to him. So it's easy for me to disassociate. It's easy. Now, if we were invested and, 6 months later, of course, it'd be a whole different thing. But first date, that's too easy. Bye. Good day. Be blessed.
On top of that, what we have to understand really is that grace is a relationship-based allowance and allotment.
Alex, that's a whole sermon, dog.
You don't just give it willing like that.
You might come in with a bit of it, but grace is something that is offered at relationship, not necessarily at onset, not all the time.
Come on, Pastor.
There may be an ounce of it that you get, but a lot of what you're talking about asking for is actually mercy. Before you even know somebody, you asking for certain flaws to be, done away with or not paid attention to. But red flags are real.
And that's one.
And if you get tested and all these other things right out the gate, I'm not dating a professor. Why do you have a test for me? And if you are a professor, I'm not in your class.
I truly believe that's crazy. I don't understand, why he did that. If he really did that. If he did.
I saw the video.
That's crazy, man. I don't know why you want to.
Stervon, do that. Share the link in the chat. You're the one who sent me that. That's your frat brother, sir.
Go ahead Lord, hey, we're not going. No,
share the link, Stervon.
Oh, Jesus!
Don't put your frat down. Yeah, we're
She
not
says
gonna
it's black.
we're not gonna
Oh
set
my
trip.
God.
Y'all ruining all my sponsorships that I might get. You done already lost the Pistons.
Hey,
Now y'all
who he
trying to
pledged
lose
then?
the.
Who is this fraternity?
Phi Beta Sigma.
No, you know, wait. I don't know if you
Oh, she
should
said
say
it
that.
for real. She said it. She said it.
We gonna pretend like we didn't hear it and move on because there's a couple good questions I
I
want to get
said
to.
Phi Beta Sigma. I did not say
No,
My
she
mute
repeated
button.
it. She repeated it. Hey, can we
My
go back
mute
and
button
edit
is
that?
My
working.
God.
Yeah, just gonna mute that out.
Yeah, then we're gonna take that up out of there.
Sponsorship gone for those good brothers. But
I
look,
apologize, but that one made y'all look bad.
Ooh.
first of all, I don't accept the ills of every man like some men do. I don't take I'm a man and I got to stick up for whatever another man does.
The cheesecake lady made me upset. That hurt me
Yeah.
to my core.
Yeah,
The way she
like
treated that man.
there's a lot of good places on there.
That she made me upset. I was
I was
like,
ashamed
whoa.
I was ashamed for her.
Tread
was
lightly,
ooh.
ma'am. Come on. This ain't McDonald's. It's Cheesecake
So-
Factory.
So on that note, I see a comment I want to speak directly to. That's talking about inflation and things of that nature.
Oh God. Then don't
So what-
date if you can't afford to.
we're not gonna do the don't date thing.
I'm serious.
Why you can't? Whoa,
Everybody-
wait, hold on now. Hold
everybody-
on now. She said don't date.
Everybody
I
can
mean that for
afford.
me.
Everybody
date
can
if I'm broke.
afford to date. You just can't do the same things everybody else does.
I won't go.
She said she won't go.
And you know what?
I'm serious. I've done that.
But
When
there
I
are
was
still
younger,
percentage of women that'll be okay with them.
I won't go. I need to be able to make sure I get home if I have to. You know what I mean?
He's not trying to take you to McDonald's. He was just giving an example of the McChicken. It used to be $1.
No, I'm not
It
saying
ain't
that.
$1 no more. I
I'm
just
talking
want to give
about
my
as a
dog
woman.
some
I
grace.
won't go anywhere without money for me. Yes, he might be able to. I assume he's going to take care of it. But my mom always told me you need to have something in your pocket to get you home.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, when I wasn't doing as well, I would not go. And I know people who can attest to that, who have asked me out. Because I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm not in the place that I feel like I'm comfortable to go out. That's my personal walk. I've done that.
Absolutely.
I would stay home.
And that's a lot different than what's possible for other people to do. That is a smart strategy, especially if you get stuck in a situation. I done had some situations in my earlier adult days where I done went out and spent my last trying to make an impression.
Mm-hmm.
And then just had to figure out how to get it back the next day. That was a mistake. That was a mistake in hindsight. At the same time,
never.
This is where a lot of conversation and a lot of communication comes into play on the front end. If you can be realistic with somebody about where you are, or if you don't have the boldness to do that, maybe that's really not the person for you to be with anyway.
Right.
Like I could tell, like
Alice, ain't nobody gonna tell. Most dudes ain't gonna tell her, discuss that kind of thing with a woman if he trying to impress her. He ain't gonna tell her he broke.
You said the key word.
I don't have money. I ain't going.
Most dudes ain't gonna do that.
You said the key word though.
I ain't going.
You're trying to impress her.
Mm-hmm.
That's your fault. That you're too dumb to understand how to impress a woman without money.
My family old school. They used the word court.
I can understand.
Courting.
But isn't there a lot of dudes out there that think that though? Because isn't that the narrative that's what women want is a man with money?
Well, yeah, and I don't want to use the term dumb. So I apologize for using the term dumb. But knowing that finances play a part in relationship, a lot of men lead out with the money. Yeah. And that's one of their biggest mistakes. Really, there's a lot of simple things you could do to impress a woman or to at least garner enough favor to get to know her better than try to sit courtside at the first game you take her to. Right. That's when you start to lead out with the money. That also kind of tells them what kind of man you are.
I don't like a flashy guy either. I like
when you start trying to do all the fancy, grandiose things.
I don't like it.
Right from the jump.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It might get you somewhere, but it's not going to get you to the ultimate goal if you're dating with purpose.
No, you just be like, I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you like floor seats. You know what I'm saying? I know you like
level 100 something.
Like level 86, 85. Because I want to. I gotta. You know. I don't know you like floor seats though. You know. And I'm not sitting in the ceiling.
You can't go wrong section 100 anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's
There's no
like
possible way that I would sit at the freaking.
But that's not a first date type of thing, right? That's like a later on.
I wouldn't want to go to a basketball game on the first date unless I knew him already. If it was somebody I knew already and that like we were like cool already and had like a rapport, you know, that I don't need to get to know you to talk to you, or you know what I mean? That's different. But if we're getting to know each other and I'm trying to figure out, you know, more about you, I can't hear you at no loud game.
No, that's true.
Right.
That's why I said he did that for himself. He did not do that for her. He did not keep her in mind.
Well, Miss Shenitra, can you give us a good scenario of a decent place, decent spending budget to take a young lady that's out here, you know, living life right now? Can you give men some advice? Like, you know, what is it taking right now? You know, like where should you take them? You know, what kind of budget you might want to spend? Patrick, shut up. What kind of budget, you know?
Patrick, don't start, sir. That's not.
Is acceptable. Is acceptable. I asked this question to my homeboy Patrick right here. And I asked Patrick, you know, what he thought would be a reasonable dating, you know, money that's into my pocket to cover expenses. My buddy's explanation is that you don't got to do all of that, and he thought that it would be a good idea to take a walk on the beach.
What if she doesn't like sand on her feet?
Grinding grape came in there some kind of way, and $50 was the amount. So, Miss Shenitra, we got a woman on here, and
shut up, Servon.
Let me know, you know, what you think is reasonable for a woman. Right now.
I just want to make sure Pat sees that one. Pat,
in the sky in Dubai.
We had to get that one for Pat.
Wow.
We had to get that one for Pat.
You know what?
Hey, in the word, my dog Steve Pittman done got in the room. In the words, you like the other. Hey, Steve, we got action.
You say she like cheesecake.
We got action.
You say she like cheesecake. Wow.
I do love cheesecake. And that's what I'm saying. If a guy, I feel like if you really like her, okay, and you have the ability.
Wait. He picking you up, right?
I don't know if I like people know where I live.
You want to meet, or you picking you up, or you want to meet him there?
I'm funny. You can call me funny. If I don't know you like that, I don't want you coming to my house. But I will meet you. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Where we going? Where you going?
I love Asian anything. Thai. I like Thai food, like sushi.
Chinese buffet. Great.
Absolutely not. I do not eat buffet. Cat.
Okay. Chinese buffet. Got it.
You try to kill me with all those people germs, coughing, all over, touching everything, touching their nose.
Hey, the brother at the basketball game was testing your financial resolve. Patrick want to test your immune system.
Oh yeah, he's trying to take me out. He want me to have COVID.
If you can survive Young's, you can survive anything. We're gonna be together forever.
Oh God. And you better bring me some soup if I get sick. Okay.
All right. All right, go ahead, Shenitra. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry.
But I think for the most part, I think men need to figure, okay, if you're gonna ask a woman out, at least try to ask her what she likes. If she tells you a few different things, narrow it down, pick the one that might be the best financially for you, one that might be fun, you know, whatever, you know, you feel. But I would at least in the conversation part of, you know, when you're planning the date, at least to get to figure out what she really likes. I like axe throwing. I like gun range. I'm different. You know what I mean?
All right,
I love shooting stuff.
All right, so
but that's expensive.
You would probably
the ammo.
That's fine. So the ammo is expensive. All right, so you'd rather meet him there.
I like crab legs. Yep, Servon.
Okay. So again, y'all going to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
average bill. What do you need to have?
Thai
What you
can be
think?
expensive. Sushi can be
What's-
expensive.
What's reasonable if he's taking you out? and you need
120,
to pay for them?
130.
120, 130.
Patrick, you all right?
That Patrick.
This is how I be looking at the bill right here. This is exactly how I be looking at the bill. Like, you see this?
Don't go anywhere with me because I'm gonna run it up. Like
I'm
that's
like,
what
hey,
I
bro,
like.
Oh
hey,
my
brother,
God.
what did she order? Like,
Y'all have to know the women you like that you're asking out. If
Listen.
you might, I wouldn't even say out of your league. I feel like that's inappropriate. That might not just be your type of woman.
yeah.
Period. Some guys like that kind of stuff. I know I've
They
dated
do.
guys that like bourbon. They have very
Stephon
high
said
end,
we-
very
Stephon
high
said might
end
as well go to
taste.
Ruth Chris.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends
Hey,
on how you mesh.
I don't know where you live, bro. But if you getting the date off for 130 at Ruth Chris in your area, I need to
I
come
spend that on
travel.
myself at Ruth Chris.
Exactly. Last time I was at Ruth Chris, that was about mine.
Yeah. Literally, by
All
the
right.
time you get your appetizer, you might get an adult beverage. You definitely gonna want because everything's a la carte.
Yeah.
You're gonna
All right.
spend.
Sis is gonna give y'all the cheat code that could save some of you brothers that are concerned about the budget. You got to go at happy hour.
Yeah.
Your favorite steak houses and seafood restaurants.
What's the one in Melbourne? Chart House. They have a
I'm a clap.
prime
Can we
rib
clap?
early
I'm clap
bird
for
special.
Christina.
Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? This is why I say everybody
out
can
Chart
afford
House.
the date.
Yeah.
Because you can go at a time you can afford. There are experiences you can get. Shoot, even the movie theater be having $2 Tuesdays.
But
You
that's
don't
not
gotta
good
get
first
the
date according to that list.
You don't got to get the Wagyu steak either. You can get something in the middle. You can get a ribeye.
You pull up at the Chart House, you leave the happy hour menus out, and you throw that regular menu as far to the left as you possibly can.
Sure, you need to see
You ain't
that.
getting nothing over here.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
so
I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just saying, just know the type of woman that you're interested in.
right, so she
Yeah,
said
and that's why I
Patrick,
think this conversation is
she
great.
said 130.
But that's
I think that's
and nothing
fair.
against Miss Shenitra. I would not be interested in that. That's not my type of.
I'm just saying, if I were to go have sushi, have you ever went out?
Yeah.
Do you eat sushi?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm a country dude. I'm a country boy.
I'm a country girl, but I still like sushi.
You like sushi?
I
Oh.
do. I like Thai food. I do. I really do. It's one of my favorite things to eat.
I tried
And
Indian
Greek
for the first time this year too.
It's so fire. But if you go to like a Thai restaurant, Thai restaurants are typically a little more. They're not like the Chinese.
Yeah,
It's not Golden Lucky Garden. It's not like that.
Golden Lucky Garden.
You know
Shout out
the
to
little,
Golden Lucky.
it's not like that. Thai food is
Dang.
it's a lot more expensive than Chinese food. And sushi made fresh is typically more expensive as well, depending on the restaurant you go to. It's a different quality of Asian food. So you're going to spend a little more if you were to take me to a Thai restaurant, because I probably get a sushi roll and then order an entree.
Shenitra, do y'all get dessert?
It depends if I like the food. If I'm full, I don't just run it up just because I can.
No, I understand, but so you guys go to dinner.
If I want it, I want it.
All right, so you guys go to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the mood, is there, walking or something else after that?
We can go walking.
You guys might go get ice
I
cream.
spent $130. We standing all night. We going to the racetrack. We going walking. We going bowling. Going skating. Going everywhere after that. I
actually like bowling. I can't skate worth the lick.
Wait, hold on, Patrick. So you spend $130, Patrick, and then take a bowl?
Bowling's expensive.
No, listen. If I spend that on the plate, might as well just get the whole night out the way. No, we ain't going home. I'm gonna spend my whole check tonight. That's what I'll do.
You don't have to spend your whole check.
He's gonna spend his whole check tonight.
Patrick's house gonna be dark because he spent his light bill money on this. The house is dark. He can't stream no more.
Patrick about to have no water, no lights.
Hey.
But see, this is where these conversations go viral because people will key in
But
on
you
the
have to
amount.
budget.
But you missed the options. She said, "I like bowling."
No, I heard her say that. Yeah, I heard her.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
like-
I feel
like, but stuff like that is
don't
cool.
get
But you don't hear a lot of
somebody
women
so
that want to
shallow.
do that stuff.
I like that kind of stuff. That's what I keep telling you. People can call me bougie all day. I don't care. I like what I like, and that's just what
Yeah.
it is. But I'm multifaceted as well. I have
Yeah.
layers to me. If I live in North Carolina now, but I bet you when I go home to Melbourne, if I go to Melbourne and I see the guys barbecuing on the corner in University of Lipscomb, I'm gonna stop and get me a rib sandwich with the white bread
Exactly.
underneath, with the barbecue sauce that's soaked in the bread. I'm gonna eat it. You
But
know what I'm
Patrick,
saying? I'm not too far removed.
But hold on, what Patrick's trying to trap you is he want to take you out in that all white to that barbecue truck first night.
Lies and deceit.
You can't get barbecue on the white, Patrick.
She said lies and deceit.
You won't.
You trying to get sauce dripped on her outfit,
You won't.
then kicked up dirt all in the parking lot. You know it ain't
I
no
swear.
cement on the corner. You know it ain't no
I'm walking
cement out
them
there.
rocks in my heels. Absolutely not.
She got heels on.
Now listen, and we've had conversations, me, Bird, and Carter. There are areas I know I need to do better in. I'll be the first to admit that. But there are certain foundational things I'm okay with myself about, and that's where I think the struggle with me and Carter go, because my boy spend $2,000 easily, and I'm like, I need that for something else.
Before we let Carter respond, I just want to say aesthetically, the barbecue truck ain't the best place to go on the first date.
No, it's not.
You're right.
You gotta
You know
know
what I'm
me
saying?
like that. You have to know me like that to know
I
I'm
got
gonna be grateful.
Yeah.
I
for
got
it.
Today, look, today's eating, you got to find out, is you vegan? Are you vegetarian? Are you all this other stuff?
No,
I don't
ain't
know.
that. I like
On top of that,
red
you're just not getting saucy on your first date.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
right.
doing that.
Yeah.
I've got to ease you into my sauciness.
We gotta be
you're right.
You gotta be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Before we'll be like, hey babe, on your way can you pick me up a rib sandwich from Mr. Mike and them? Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta
You can't
be
be
there.
cute and eat barbecue. It's
We
all
gotta
you
be
can't
there.
You can't eat barbecue cute.
Even one step further, I can't share.
Right, Chrissy. Right.
I can't share the wing plate with you until we've had the drums of flat discussion. Now I could order enough for both of us. We can split the sauces up, but that's not something you lead out with, because if you done ate all the flats,
no.
I'm not married
I'm not
to
a
either
flats
one.
or a drum girl. It don't matter to me. I like
Right.
chicken.
See, that's a plus, but I shouldn't find that out right out the jump. The chicken where we going might be boneless.
No, I'm not Rick
I
Ross.
like
I have a breast.
You don't eat chicken. We just can't go forward in this relationship. You don't eat the chicken. I can't do it.
Listen,
You done.
if I got to share anything off my plate, that's one of the rules I got, right? Even with my wife, I will buy you whatever meal from wherever you
That's
want.
how Rashida is, bro. Rashida,
I don't care
my
where
wife will
you
not
want it
share
at.
no food.
I don't care where you want it, right? But when I get my food, I'm not here to share.
Right.
I'm not here to share. My wife will pick what she want to eat. Yeah, that's my wife.
Look at my face.
My wife.
I want her to see my face.
My wife will pick what she gonna eat, depending on what I order. So she be like, "Babe, what you about to get?"
So she get the
I'll be
opposite.
like, "Nah." I say, "I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know." One stingy man with food. She not wrong. She be like, I be like, "I don't know," and she be like, well, if you get some of this, if you get this, I'm gonna get this,
Right.
and then I can have some of yours, and you can have some of mine. No, I'm ordering this because this is what I want. Because this is what I want.
She just
I
might
don't want yours.
want to taste to see how it tastes.
But it's always a
Get
taste.
get a sample. Get a sample.
Well, would you like if she ordered 2 entrees?
I'll buy her. Yeah.
No.
Listen, I'm so messed up with it that I'll pay for 2 or whatever.
Okay.
Here's
I'll
what.
pay
No,
for mine.
hold on,
Run it up.
Shenitra, because they doing it again. Y'all keep talking about y'all wives. If you meet somebody
Dating
for the first or second time, and they
and she asks
order
for some of my food.
She said she missed that
No.
red flag.
They may not. Okay, they may not
No.
ask for your food, but if you tell them order whatever you want and they can't decide and get 2 and 3 things, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are gonna have a problem.
Hey,
Yeah, we
well,
are.
Pat,
You're right.
Pat, that
Listen.
wasn't for you, Pat. We know you're gonna have a problem.
Okay?
Talking to Carter right now.
You okay, Pat? Jeez.
And that is
Listen.
a personal schism that y'all got with plate sharing. Bay, come on, get some of this.
No, me,
Well,
I'm
Hey,
good.
well,
though, bro.
shouts out to Miss Bird.
I'm
Because
okay.
shouts out to Miss Bird.
I have to
I don't
really
have a
like
problem
you.
sharing my food.
I have
My
to
wife
really
won't
like
share
you to
nothing.
share my food.
I'm
I ain't
not
got no
sharing my
problem
food with. I wasn't sharing my food with Patrick when we was kids.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
dated
just
somebody and I
take it.
shared my food, but
Well, hey, you
not
just
old
proving
age.
you
He gonna-
your wife right. That's all I'm saying. We
It's
understand that.
not wrong. We could be at the restaurant. We'll be at the restaurant. My wife would tell me she don't want what I order. She don't. I'm gonna get this. Well, when it comes, she be like, "Well, that look good."
That's
Like,
a
that look
normal
good.
thing for me. I haven't met
like,
too
ooh.
many women who don't do that.
She's like, "Oh,
Who
that look
see
good."
what you get, be like, "Oh, that looks good." Behave, because if she got something that I got eyes on, I want
And
to be
don't
able to
stick
stick
your
a
hand
fork over there.
here. Don't stick your
Oh,
hand
yeah,
in
no.
my plate.
We do that. Like me and my wife do that to this day. We go
Oh
to
my
a restaurant and be
God,
like, "What
you
you
gonna come
getting? I
back
don't know.
with
What you think
no.
about getting?" All right, I'm gonna get. If you get that, I'm gonna take some of yours. You take some of
Don't
mine. We do
stick
that
your
now.
hand over here.
Okay. I guess I'm alone. I'm gonna guess I'm alone on the island.
Well,
with
here,
this,
let
'cause
me do this, because see what we get mixed up is we're talking about first and second dates, and then we're talking about marriage. There's a whole lot
On
of
the
ground. There's a whole lot of
Alex,
on the
ground
first
in
date-
between there. On the first date, we
On the
shouldn't be no
first
plate
date,
sharing. I'll keep
There's
it
no
above.
Nah.
plate sharing on the
Nah,
first date.
ain't no place.
Now,
We going
if
to
you
sec-
ask nice and you look good, I'm gonna share the plate. I'm sorry, I'm just
I don't know
simple
what
like
your
that.
hygiene is.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm
It's a
not
way to
gonna
get
eat
some
none
heart
first.
now. Hey, can I have some of your plate? And you look at me right here and I'm like, heck yeah, you can have some of my plate, girl.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah. Now maybe it's just the Southern gentleman. If my plate is the table and I hear that, ooh, that looks good, before I even take a bite,
You
I'm
say,
willing
"Would
to
you
hit
like
you with
some?"
the,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to try it before I get some? Because when I get in
that's-
here,
that's-
it's over.
Now, I don't have a I don't have a problem sharing. I'll give it away.
Kiera, does he have a
Oh
problem
no, the
sharing?
receipts say.
Hold
I'll
on,
give
let
it
me
away.
scroll back up.
Yeah,
My
she
wife-
said
listen,
that you stingy
He's
with
one
food.
stingy man with food.
Well, I hope she listened to this. I hope she listened to this. If my wife or if anybody asks me for food or asks me for something, I'll give it to you. But I'm gonna order me another one.
Yeah, he will. He been doing that since we've been
Oh,
in
that
high
don't
school.
count. You still stingy.
Yes, he.
I
Yeah.
am still stingy because I mean, if you want Patrick, be like, hey, Sean, let me get some of that. Here, bro, you got it.
Yeah, he'll
Oh.
just give me the whole thing and go get an order.
I'm going to get
another
another
one.
one.
Like,
But
Listen,
I
it's one of the
Listen,
beasts.
see what my
I'm
wife
not
just
mad
said?
at him about that though. I'm
You
not
need to
mad
heal.
at
Eat
you
a
about
whole
that.
Y'all
plate
need to
before
heal.
you share.
No,
Y'all
hey,
need
bro,
to
don't
heal.
say
It's
y'all.
true.
It ain't me. It's them too.
I just feel like when people are digging in your food, you can't really enjoy it either. I
Well,
get
I'm
what
not.
Why not?
I'm not talking about plate sharing the whole time.
Just
This
a
is
little
not
bit.
this is not a tangled web of our. It's not
I might
our
give you a
plate.
shrimp. A shrimp.
A shrimp,
I'm okay
singular.
with that. I just want to try it. Also, okay, I'm
Singular.
I'll
okay with
give
that.
you a shrimp.
All right, Alex, Miss
You ain't
Bird.
eating my crab legs.
Miss Bird, first couple dates, second date, she's like, Alex, can I have a piece of your steak?
No, don't
He's
go
like,
second
yeah.
date. Go first date. First date.
No, he ain't sharing on his first date. He ain't sharing
I
on the first date.
Not even
said plate
she- not if
sharing
she
is
asked you
weird,
nicely?
but if my plate comes out and she's like, that steak looks good. Yeah, you want to bite?
You like,
I'm
yeah,
not
you
still.
want
You gotta forget. Number one, you're talking to me. I'm not being cheap and I'm not being stingy. You have to
No, that's right,
understand.
Alex.
I come to the table with a level of effort because I'm
Mhm.
not cute enough to be that greedy and still have a next date. I've
These
got
men
to
be
mix it
acting
back.
like they doing you a favor nowadays. It's crazy.
Is
These
that what
men
they
be
act like?
acting like they are the prize. I appreciate you saying that, Alex.
And it's not, and we're gonna let the prize thing slide because that'll take us into. I'd have to go put my white and black suit on and get my
Oh,
Kevin Samuels glasses. But
No.
Hey,
because
He said-
there's a prize level to each side of it. The thing
I
that
understand that, but
that's
what
the
I'm
problem
saying
is what a lot of men are doing,
They're not
as you
men no
said,
more.
is acting like
the
they've
girl.
done you a favor by agreeing to let you take them out. And it's like, hey, bro. You can really take that on somewhere else.
So
There's a
you really
difference
have-
between confidence, my brother, and arrogance.
There you go.
So we can't have confidence. No,
Yeah, that's
I
what he
believe you
said.
can have
I'm
as
saying you
much
can be
confidence
confident,
as-
but you don't have
But
to
to
be
tell
arrogant.
somebody, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying you can be confident, you don't have to be arrogant. There's a line you cross, and there's a line that a lot of us cross if we're keeping it a buck when it comes to dating. And I don't even like to say a lot of us, because what happens is we make a lot of generalizations based on our nightmares. And there have been some nightmare situations that a lot of us have dealt with.
Oh,
But
I
the
got
the way that I try to fix and approach things is to, number one, speak to solutions, and to number two, just get people to be honest about what they want, what they expect, and what's been delivered, so that they can actually come to it. Yeah, it is a bit of a privilege to be taken out, no matter what side of the equation you're on. And that understanding comes with a level of humility on both sides that's sometimes lacking, because some people's expectations are up here when their actual lifestyle is much lower. And that's part of the reason why I had Shenitra come on, is because I know she has a lifestyle that matches her expectation level.
So she
Whereas
bougie, Alex. She bougie.
I
I've
wouldn't say
been called all
bougie.
kinds of bougie on my whole life, and I don't care.
I mean,
I wouldn't
My
even
wife-
say
my
bougie.
wife-
she said she got her bougie
people say that about
moments,
my
but
wife
she's
too.
really not.
I like what I like, and I don't waver on that. Why should I?
I don't even
Thank you,
consider
'cause
it
I've been
bougie.
trying to tell Carter that I like
I stand
what
10
I
toes
like.
down in my truth.
Thank you.
Sometimes
Somebody
the stuff you
said
like
it.
is stupid. Let's just say it, Alex, Patrick. Sometimes
That's
your stuff
okay,
is stupid.
but I'm okay
It's
with
stupid.
that. And the 10 years I've been married, she's okay with it too.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again.
First date, Patrick. First, second date.
But see,
not the
okay,
marriage.
Miss Shenitra, you know why I'm like that? My first date, I'll my testimony, my wife. I can only do that. I was so thrilled to be on the date with her.
Mhm.
All I wanted to do was just make sure she knew I was there for her, to be in her presence. It was, just that's how it was. Rashad can tell you, I was so excited, like,
Yeah, you were excited.
you know what I'm saying?
You
So
get it.
that's why I guess I don't have much dating experience after that, because
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
I
I was
think
21.
I'm a late bloomer, I think, in the dating world. Just to be transparent, I didn't date much in my 20s. I had my oldest son, I was 21. I had my second son at 24, and I was with their father on and off about 7 years or so. So my 20s were like, I wasn't outside, getting experience dating really, because I was a mother and I stayed home a lot. And so I really started truly dating, if you will, in my 30s. Like serious dating. I haven't had too many serious relationships. But the thing is, though, I've always been okay with that. I've always been just me. And at one point in time, I wasn't looking for anybody. I was focused. I joined the military. I was like, I don't have no time for no guy to distract me. I didn't want any distractions at the time, because it was things I needed to accomplish. And I don't think that dating was appropriate for me at the time for where I was trying to get myself. And I've always been a firm believer in, I can't ask for somebody to be something that I'm not. I know some women love their soft life and all that. I want the soft life, but I can't ask for somebody to provide a lifestyle for me that I can't capable of myself. Like, I can't ask this man to buy me this expensive bag if I don't have 2 pennies to rub together. That's just an unrealistic expectation from my perspective. You get what I'm saying? So when I said when I was broke and I didn't have no money, I wasn't dating. I don't want to be nowhere where I can't get myself home. Or if this man act foolish, forget his wallet, how I'm gonna pay for the food? You know what I mean? Like, I have to. I was raised that way. My granddaddy, blame him. You know what I
mean? I got to go, y'all. I got to go to family prayer. I'm late. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna tune back in if y'all still in, and just
bye,
watch.
Pat.
All right, dudes.
All
right, bro. Be easy and tell the family we said hello.
Yes, sir.
He is so funny.
But yeah,
No,
we want
but seriously
to.
though, like I don't know. That's just my take.
Yeah, we definitely. I think one of the problems is people aren't honest about how they arrived to the point at which they are. So when you drag out some of the stuff, we only deal with symptoms. So like Carter was giving an example earlier when he was talking about giving grace. We see an attitude. We just have a problem with the attitude. We really don't even take the time or the effort to see why the attitude exists.
Mm-hmm.
Or we don't, on the other side of the equation, share why I may have an attitude, because those things fix a lot of the problems people see now. All we see a lot is the symptoms of people's past issues or past failed relationships or past traumatic experiences. And because there's not that level of conversation, that level of communication and openness, at the onset, you end up, dating somebody's representative until all them skeletons jump out the closet
Let's not.
later
That's
at the end.
show.
Yeah, we're not gonna dig too deep into that bag.
Lord,
but one thing I did want to ask, so let's just say we made it past the first date. At what point does the switch get to flip to where we can hit the sloppy barbecue joint, we can hit the wing joint? There's not so much of an expectation or pressure to make impressions, but you're just at the point where you're kind of
you just like
relaxed and chilled.
Yeah. When you're comfortable, there you go. You answered the question. When you're relaxed and chill, when you're comfortable around that person, and you can be authentically you, that's the best thing in the world. If you can just be yourself at all times. I like to be comfortable. I like to be myself. And like I said, I like what I like, but I like the hole in the wall spots too, if the food is good. You know what I mean? But we have to get build a rapport and a comfort for us to get that, to go and do like regular schmegular stuff. But I just feel like the first date is important for sure. Second date, it doesn't have to be as, what's the word? Impressive, I guess, as the first. You can go and do something fun, because you don't want to just talk the whole time either. I think
looking to be impressed on the first date. You looking to be impressed?
I wouldn't even say just impressed, but I just kind of want to get to know who you are. If I feel like I can get a good gauge of if you're a good person and if you're a gentleman. You know what I mean? You can kind of feel somebody out on the first date. If they open doors, if they pull out seats, if you know what I mean? Certain things like that. I feel like it is kind of an impression, just like a job interview. You're gonna put your best foot forward.
And them Sky Seas wasn't a good first impression.
Ooh, child.
Them Sky Seas ain't doing it.
He could have just watched that at a bar with her, and they could have ate some drums and some flats.
That's all I'm saying. You got free admission. That $32 could have went towards 2 appetizers, and depending on the spot, you might even been able to get a beverage too. You know what I'm saying? And he had to have. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Something.
Shenitra, now let me ask you this, because I think the dating scene, and just by talking to some other brothers,
it has key in it.
It's like, man, it's changed a lot. So
I got a problem with y'all that think it's pee in the pool, but we're gonna get to that in a second. Go ahead.
It is.
But if you going out on a date with a guy, right? Y'all make it to the second date. Are you dating other people as well? Are you dating are you dating people? Do you guys discuss that?
I don't mind discussing it at all.
But is that something generally that you bring up if you are?
I would fill you out on the first date, and then on the second date, I'll let you know. How about that?
That sounds good, but is that how it usually operates?
Oh, I have. Absolutely. I would tell somebody if I was seeing somebody else. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He ain't telling you most of the time. He ain't telling you.
No, y'all don't ever.
Here we go. See now, y'all. Here we go with the nightmares again.
Yeah.
Nightmare on
Listen,
Elm Street coming back up.
Listen. I'm just keeping it a
My
buck.
PTSD.
I'm just keeping it a buck. If he's dating you,
Yes, the
first date
you're not
doesn't take me off the market.
No.
So what date does? That's what
Probably
I
the
want to
third
know.
or the fourth. If I
Third
like,
or fourth
really
date take you off the market.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say I'm off the market. Then I would know if I really like you to date you exclusively.
So what date we got to get to be exclusively
I just said
dating?
the third or the fourth. It depends on how things really are. I want to know what your intent is. It depends on both parties' intent. If you're
Bring
dating
Patrick.
me,
Bring
don't
Patrick.
bring him back.
It's good. It is good for
Bring
my
Patrick
dog
back.
not
Hold
to
on.
be here.
No.
Hold on now.
Pat gonna tell you we was together on the first one.
We was together the first time when you decided to spend that 130.
So you think
we
so
was
you
together?
you think you have the rights to her just because you spent $120 on her on a date?
No, I don't. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I have the rights to her. But what I'm saying is
That is crazy.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there are a lot, especially in the 30s.
Alex.
There's a lot of guys out here.
You over there cracking up.
We not really out here, trying to really play the field like that, especially our age, right? So if he decides to go out on a date with you who he hunting, right? He ain't really got other eyes for other kind of game. He hunting you.
If
right?
I see his intent and his efforts and and I like it,
right. I'm just saying, just being real. Most of the time, from a guy's point of view, our age, if he's intending on taking you out, most of the time, he probably hunting you, right? What I'm saying is that he's gonna feel something in you, right? I don't know how that might sound, but it's the truth, though, right? It's the truth.
Can I be transparent?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. It ain't working.
I feel like a lot of men try to date me for my aesthetic.
Of course.
And I'm being very humble when I say that.
We see first.
Y'all are hunters. Men are hunters.
Right. That's right.
Y'all spend money on whoever y'all feel the need to spend money on. So just because he's trying to impress me doesn't mean that he's not trying to impress others. He's trying to impress who will stick.
I didn't say it was fair or right. I just said that that's how it goes. And I'm just saying that a lot of us that are at this particular age, if he's hunting, he's probably hunting you. And the thing is that sometimes I don't think it's disclosed enough that that you got other people on your roster.
I don't have a roster.
If he see you dating somebody else, that's a roster.
What I'm saying is, if I am dating somebody else, I will tell him I am. But if I don't have nobody in the hole, he's it. Good for him.
It's like, sorry, bro. By the numbers alone, we have, unfortunately, a bit of the upper hand to be able to big game hunt on a whole nother level. But this is once again where communication and intent plays a large role.
Yes. I don't want to be a notch on nobody's belt. I don't. So if I get a feeling that you're wasting my time, I disappear.
And even on top of that, we just
you like disappearing, don't you? You just ghost.
I don't like to, but y'all force my hand.
Little communication, you know what I'm saying? Little communication.
No, not necessarily, because if we keep it a buck, we don't take no well either.
No, y'all don't.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's like, hey, I can. In some cases, there are things that I believe are principled and true that we should aspire to, and then on certain levels, there's just the way it is. But if I were to steer the conversation a little bit differently, I would ask the question. There's this weird phenomenon I see because, social media enables us to play our lives out a bit more publicly than we should at times. Mm-hmm. So there's this phenomenon that happens to both men and women. Man or woman goes on a couple dates. Man or woman does not enjoy said dates. They then run to Facebook, Threads,
That's a
Twitter,
lot.
whatever the case is, and not so much about complaining about the dates. Now we have there's P in the dating pool posts. Modern dating sucks. I was born in the wrong generation. All this other stuff,
Yeah,
and then you've got
I've heard of that.
a line of people
Mhm.
underneath the comments who agree. A lot of them of the opposite sex. I just find it weird that so many people who have the same opinion about the dating field never look at someone who says they have common interests and be like, could that be a good person?
Yeah.
Because for some people who say y'all can't find nobody, y'all all be together in the same post, in the same thread, with the same
Right.
problem, say y'all got the same intent, but don't never try each other.
But I don't, to be honest, I don't really look. I'm still holding on to hope, a shred of hope that whoever's for me will find me. I'm not an aggressive woman, even though I may come off. I'm very vocal about how I feel. I don't just go up to men or inbox them and be like, hey, would you like to go out? I am very passive like that, but I know a lot of the women nowadays do that. And I feel like that's why I feel like the dating pool has pee in it, because I feel like a lot of these men know that women outnumber them, and women are doing that. Women are being more aggressive. I see posts all the time with women on one knee proposing to a man.
That's wild to me.
I will shovel the
get up.
ocean with a fork.
Bro, you know how
I
pissed off
get
I'll be.
on my
Bro,
knee and ask
crazy.
any man to be my husband. So I still have a lot of old school values there. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's like a unicorn. Like, I don't know if I'll ever find that. I don't know, but I'm not
What?
looking either.
You sure you ain't passed it up?
I don't know. No,
You probably passed it up.
no. He probably wasn't consistent. That's probably why I passed. Inconsistency is a red flag for me. If you're consistent,
Okay.
that's like a love language for me, because I feel safe. I feel secure. It's just one of those things. So I know if I look back, I can count on you to be there. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot where I have personally experienced is the inconsistencies that don't make me feel comfortable and make me feel like I'm in a safe space to be able to let that guard down. So
I think men are extremely simple, man. Men are extremely simple.
I'm simple.
And you might be, but men are extremely simple. And I think as for I guess the finding the right guy or whatever, men don't really make dating and being together and finding a wife and all that kind of stuff really hard if that's what he wants.
I just got divorced. I'm not looking for a husband tomorrow. So
I got you. I understand.
And see,
but
Carter,
I
you keep sneaking.
it, and it's something I have learned a lot from. You know, it is.
And
what
Carter,
it is.
you keep sneaking keywords in on the end. You'll make a statement and then finish with, if that's what he wants.
But that's the thing.
And
They
that's
play so much.
That's the hurdle. That's the hurdle.
That's the hurdle.
We're trying to get over as men, honestly, is defining what we want and only going after that. I could say that honestly in my own reflection of my manhood. If you want sex, you'll pursue sex at all costs and you'll do whatever it takes to get it. If you want companionship in relationship, you'll make that same pursuit or with the same intensity. But one of the challenges is, in this large pool that exists now, everybody does not want the traditional understanding of marriage. They want the benefits of said relationship, but not the actual relationship itself. And
These
will
men be wanting you
sometimes
to cook for them, clean their house, babysit their kids if they have them. Swing from the chandeliers. And still cheat. What do? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's insane. So that's
we
what I'm
gotta
saying.
have the cheating episode is a whole nother
It's not-
long series.
But it's just not
there's a
that.
lot.
It's just like if you know you're not ready, don't waste people's time. Be honest, be forthcoming with the information. Give her the opportunity to choose if that's the type of situation she wants to be in. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm not one of those. Like I said, I don't go outside like that. If I go out, I like to go eat. I like music, live shows. That's my style of outside. I travel a lot or whatever. However, it just seems like it's almost like I have a gift and a curse of discernment, and it's scary. Because I could just tell from a mile away that you ain't right for me. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like I'm turning good people away. It's just like if I feel like my spirit don't feel safe with you, I'm not gonna do it.
I understand that completely.
Chris,
Seriously.
tell us in the comments what depends. I want to see what specific thing you're speaking to, bro.
Oh, it probably was the
Before we
swinging
go
from the chandeliers comment. You can do
What
all
did she
that.
say?
They be wanting you to send pictures of yourself when you just met them and talk to them. Oh, you gonna send me a pic for what?
A little
What
reference
you
pic.
pic for?
Little reference pic.
I don't want to
mail
see
never
you
hurt
no
anybody.
Little pick me up. little pick me up when times is down, something to look at.
Let me
You
know.
gotta earn that. I just
Let me
just
know
gave
you
you
was
my
thinking
phone
about me.
number a day ago, and you're asking for pictures? That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah.
And the new iPhone update, my pictures show up when I call or when you call me. There you go. Be blessed.
I want my own special.
No, he won't personal.
You gonna get the Facebook profile pic.
He want personal. He want something for him, not something you gonna post.
Oh no. I gotta feel comfortable enough for me to be sharing my personal pictures with you. If I like you like that, and we have a little bit, we've been out a few times. Okay, cool. I'll send you some pics.
No, if y'all sharing pictures, y'all go together.
No, we don't.
We're gonna have to talk about on the next episode.
I'm different. I'm telling you, I'm different. I be giving these dudes a run for their money.
We together. You mark. Hey, you check that box. Yes,
I give them a run for their money. They gonna have to work.
She checked the box.
No, because I feel like she checked the box. I know for a fact I've probably given too much too soon, and it wasn't. And then it didn't end up good. You know what I mean? So I definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to make that mistake again. Like I said, it's a lesson learned. I'm not going to be cooking you dinner. I used to cook. I used to do all this stuff. I ain't cooking. Take me out.
Gonna put up all them cooking pics, bro. If you go to her page, she cook. My brother's like, just let me get a piece of cornbread
and bake. I do all of that, and I would do it. And it's actually a love language of mine. I love feeding people. It makes me feel good. I feel like it's a gift of love when I feed you.
All right.
So like when I sit down and watch you eat, like I won't even take a bite until I see you eat first. I'm like, well, how is it?
So
you know what I'm saying?
If you cooking for me, y'all together.
We ain't, because I ain't cooking.
Well.
And ain't.
No.
Next question.
I'm just saying, man.
Some brother done ruined the plates for us, man. They
have
ruined the plates.
They have. I've done all of that. I bake cakes, peach cobbler.
If you bring peach cobbler to work.
I cook everything. I cook everything. And these Negroes.
You brought meals to the dude's job?
I have. I fixed lunch.
You fixed lunch, brought it to the job.
Absolutely.
Carter, you got to see the spread she made on somebody's military base right after her son got out of boot camp. You ain't even supposed to have all this food on the plane.
I took it to my baby.
She had one of them plates.
I drove it.
She drove
when they went home. They did on the plane. They did.
Yeah. They went home with food. You know, the dude in TSA probably like, come on, bro. You got it. You can't have you can't bring this through here.
Oh, my kids. They mine. Send it through. And they did. They took it home. But seriously, though, that's what I'm saying. They like some men, they swear they want a woman that does all those things. Oh, it ain't no traditional. All these, they throw the word modern around a lot. These modern women. I have a balance. I'm modern, but I still have my traditional side of me. And I just feel like some of these people are not worth the tradition.
I understand that. I always hear women say this, like they say, "Oh, dudes say he want all of this other kind of stuff, or all this stuff in a woman or whatever, but he get this."
You gonna pay them bills like my granddaddy did?
And he still cheat. I just believe that some dudes, I mean, he got that dog in him still. You got to run. That's gonna have to run his course until that.
How long you wait? Because
Carter, you about to make her.
How long you gotta wait?
Everybody different. Everybody different. Listen.
So I have a friend that told me to sign up for this dating app, and it was recently. I was like, fine. After a month of her telling me to sign up for this dating app, and I'm not gonna tell you what, because it's about to be deactivated.
Uh-oh.
It's so annoying. These men be like 50 years old in their profile, seeking casual relationship. Sir.
Yeah.
No attachments.
Hey, I had a friend.
You ain't tired by 50?
I have a friend who's still a bit older than us, who had a recent experience with a similar platform. And hey, but Carter, they throwing it out there. 55, 62.
They so nasty.
57. Hut.
I just turn my nose up and just swipe left. Ugh.
Ain't nothing you could do. Some dudes just still got that dog in them. That's got to run its course. I mean,
it ain't gonna ever stop.
When he ready, he ready. When he ready, he ready.
Like that. No,
I'm not
ready. He's gonna want to be ready when he gets old and want somebody to have to take care of him.
And Carter, we can't sit on the Senator Saint podcast and talk about what needs to run its course. There are a lot of things
it's time to grow up
that you have to just do away with.
It is.
And hey,
you really just gotta do.
I'm still learning some lessons on my journey as well, and all of it is choice. None of it is in you like that per se.
This has always been my opinion.
Amanda.
This is always. We don't want them with their own needed backstroke. Yeah, okay, listen. All right, listen.
Let's go ahead and minimize that one. Praise the Lord.
Friend, this is from Senator Saints, friend.
A woman could do everything that we want them to do. They could be everything, right?
Oh my God.
And still, I remember many, many years of a younger Rashad, I was stupid and I was young, and my tolerance for certain things was slim. My outlets, the outlets that I used to get over things were different. And I made decisions I shouldn't have made, but it takes some time to grow, and I don't have time to do that. I got a wife and I got 3 children.
Chris, you log out right now. Log out, Chris.
I ain't got time.
The gas station pills gonna have you on the news.
I don't play those games. I don't play the cheating games.
With a heart attack.
I don't got time for that. I just don't have time for that. I don't. It's not something that I want.
But that's what
all
I'm
I
saying.
want is my wife.
Guys, and this is what guys will chase you down. Like chase you down just to dog you out. It's like, oh my God, it's a sickness.
Nah.
It's crazy.
Carter, what you're gonna have to do in this conversation to have it at an elevated level is not sticking up for some of our brothers, man.
I'm not sticking up.
Even in our attempts to explain them being the way they are.
Call a spade a spade.
It is. It's messed up. But I'm just keeping it real. I just think dudes like to hunt.
I know, but leave me out of it. I'm not here for it. I don't want it. I don't want to partake in the chase. The cat
That's
and
when you got to
mouse.
rely on that. You got to rely on that discernment because, man,
I do. I
you
really
should be able
do.
to know.
And
You
I
should
bet
be able to know when a dude
And I'm
really
A-okay. I'm
when he-
A-okay
you
by
should-
myself. I'm
You
like,
should be able to know when a dude really wants you. He's really invested in you, and he
yeah,
really want a future with you. We
absolutely.
don't. When we do, we line up the stars for you. It's simple.
They're gonna take me to Ruth Chris and to wherever I want and spend that $150 on that first date.
And Carter, on top of that, we still can't even say what a man that really wants you will make happen, because
Oh, they'll still spend money.
some of us out here will go ahead and pay for it
They'll spend the money. Yeah.
and make it seem that way. Even with the discernment, the
Yes.
reality of the situation is
Oh,
there's a lot of deceptive practices, and there always has been
yes.
when
Yeah.
it comes to dating and marriage. So really our solutions have to deal more with how do we respond to it, how do we get past it, and how do we find those people who are interested in us. Because even with you having the knowledge you have about the man who wants to hunt, I guarantee you your response to the hunter would be different if he came after your prey.
Mm.
Dang right.
See, I know how to get him right back to center when I need to.
Dang right.
I know how to get him there.
You dang right.
Chris has some Texas Roadhouse off the table.
That's very.
No,
That's very.
I
we
like
were in
Texas
agreement.
Roadhouse.
We were in agreement on the rolls earlier, Chris. I
The
don't know
roll's
if
fire.
you brought up that roll comment. We was on point with the rolls.
Give me
And
some
you can
rolls.
pick your own. You can pick your own steak out when you at Texas Roadhouse too, so you get a little bit of
I
heaven.
get a good steak there.
And let me give you a cheat code. If you want to be impressive with a Texas Roadhouse feel, drive on over to Saltgrass.
Saltgrass is good.
Go on over to Saltgrass. Look up Saltgrass.
I've never been to Saltgrass.
It's a higher end steakhouse.
Okay.
It's not as high as Ruth Chris though.
Yeah, it's like a nice mid-level.
Yeah. It's not
like nice
Fleming's. It's not up there.
It's not Fleming's.
Mm-mm.
Where is this? Where is this at?
There's 2 in Orlando that's closest to us. I'll shoot you the address. That's one sponsorship we're gonna keep. I need that Saltgrass sponsorship.
I'm not gonna bash them. I don't have nothing negative to say about that one.
All right, we gotta try that then.
Ooh-wee.
It's good. It's good.
But before we go, because we've been on here for a minute, I know
can't
time
believe how
flies.
fast. Yeah, the time is gone.
Yeah, when Patrick get you wound up, time just fly right on by.
He had me finish my wine. Like he had me stressed.
Yeah, he gonna do it to you. He's gonna do it to you. All right, Chris.
No, I don't eat Golden Corral.
We rebuke
Chris.
the Golden Corral
No.
in Jesus' name.
You missed that. You missed. I don't do buffets.
Oh man,
Patrick's good for a good buffet. He's good for Golden Corral. He does Golden Corral faithfully.
I've hated it since I was a young girl. That's not gonna change. It's just one of those things. Now I did like Quincy's when I was a little girl. I did like
shout out to Quincy's
because
Shout out to Quincy's.
Quincy's and Ryan. And yes.
Ryan's.
I felt like back then it was, clean and I don't know. But
I'd like to give some honorable mention to Morrison's and Piccadilly.
Oh, Piccadilly at the church.
That chop steak.
Piccadilly's was fire.
After service.
At the church.
It hit different on Sunday. You can't go every day of the week.
Yeah. Don't
But
go
on
first Sunday.
You're gonna end up in that back room with the different colored tables.
Yeah. I remember that, Alex.
But now I can't. It depends what type of like when I went on a cruise recently, I didn't eat off the buffet line. I ate in the dining areas. I have a hard time eating behind people.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm obese on the cruise. I remember the name of the buffet from the last one I went on, the Windjammer, baby.
I can't get my wife to do it.
They called the buffet the Windjammer. I was up there.
I would go to like the restaurants on the end, so where it's served to me. Yeah. So it's a personal thing. I'm a germaphobe. That's it.
I'm sorry, Chris, you've been dismissed. You and your congregation.
Amanda. Amanda not playing with Chris today.
Oh my God. We got to get out of here. He went from the gas station to Golden Corral. It's time to go.
I am
It is
not
time
going to go to
to wrap it
Corral.
up.
I'll meet you
Oh my
afterwards.
goodness.
You can go with your grandma and them, and I'll meet you afterwards. And I'll even stop by to say hi and speak to the family. But
I already ate, but thank you.
Yeah. How y'all doing? Good. Be blessed. Y'all
Y'all come on in
enjoy.
there, man. Come to the dessert table and holler at you, big dog.
Oh, yeah. Y'all enjoy, okay? You
We
here?
get a little brownie. I'm gonna sit in there and eat that.
And that
Well,
chocolate fountain just makes my skin crawl.
No, I ain't
Oh
eating
yeah,
that.
no. Oh, that's like a germ treadmill. They just running all that back.
No.
Somebody little
Oh,
little
God.
bad behind child that stuck their
Somebody
whole
put their
arm.
finger in there.
You could
Stuck
not
their whole arm in the
pay.
fountain.
You cannot pay me. You couldn't pay me.
You remember when they rolled it out? They thought they had something. We got fondue at the Golden Corral. I was like, wait a
Take me
minute.
to melting pot.
Yeah.
You want me to have fun, dude?
My little girl loved melting pot.
I'm glad you raised her right. Teach her
Loved
that.
melting
Teach
pot.
her
She
good
be
things.
asking me to go there all the time.
God knew what he was doing when he gave me boys. I fed my boys very well. However, he never gave me a girl, and I feel like, Lord, it was probably for a reason, because I would feel bad for the guys that try to.
I got 2 girls. We finally had RJ a couple years ago, so
Oh,
I'm so happy we got RJ.
good.
He's the hardest though.
Boys are hard-headed as heck, aren't they?
My son is he gonna get a lot of spankings, man. The boy just looked me right in my face and be like, "No, like, RJ."
He
Got
ain't
one
scared.
trying to break into the office now.
Oh.
That's how I know it's about time for me to get off.
Yeah.
Mills, if you watching, bring him here real quick.
Let me see.
Patrick
talking about I'm back.
I'm
Why
glad
you
you back
back
when you
like
came
that?
back, because we
Oh
done.
God,
Alex, that boy look just like you, man.
he does. He's handsome.
Handsome guy.
Thank
Patrick,
you,
I'm back.
You can thank his mom.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm glad he missed the Golden Corral thing, because he probably would have had a whole conniption.
Yeah. Maybe big man.
She bringing him?
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, hey, big
Look
boy.
at cute.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Oh, look at him.
Let's get on that mic.
Cute. He's
All
like,
right, that's
ooh,
all
a
the screen time
toy.
you get. That's all you get.
Hey.
Hey, bye-byes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, big boy.
All right. No,
Somebody teasing.
About to break it.
We're gonna get Daddy Mike.
He's so handsome. You did good.
Thank you. Yeah, Pat, we're gonna do part 2 soon, because there's some deeper level stuff we got to get into.
And men go to counseling. End that with it.
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna end that way. You tell the ladies what they need to do. Don't get on here telling my men what they need to do. I done been a cordial guest or a cordial host all night long. So if there's any,
I feel like a lot of this problem stems from trauma. It stems from a lot of stuff. So
she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
For the grown woman with access to a bit of means and resources who is currently looking to date, what advice would you give her? And we'll end with that. Or what is some good advice that you heard that
God himself gonna be like, girl, he it, because I'm not gonna believe it.
We might have to get Amanda on too, since she says she wants you to tag her next time. We just got to make sure that her and Chris don't get on at the same time, because they took us somewhere.
God. It's gonna be a battle.
They took us up the street around the corner. As a matter of fact, we might just have a free for all. Just let y'all go one night.
Yeah.
Oh, like a battle of the sexes type thing.
Let her go at it, yeah.
Not quite. Probably will turn into that. Yep, it'll turn into that. We gonna make sure
what's my
Pat's on for that
advice?
one. Yeah, what is your advice
for me?
What advice do I have for you?
Or either one of you? Didn't you say who was that? You were asking him to give me advice prior?
No, I was seeing if you had advice for other ladies in a similar position.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna call you on here to tell you this is what you need to do.
No, I just feel like stay true to yourself. Like I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. I don't treat people that way. Except Steve Pittman. He's the only one.
Why the direct shot?
I'll show you something when we log off.
All right.
It's too much to
That's my
explain right
classmate.
now.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, she gave him a direct
Steve
shot.
and I've been arguing since school.
Oh, okay.
Weeks since school. No, but
While you playing, Steve might never mind. Go ahead with your
no, Steve, I
Go
would be
ahead.
on oxygen snapped.
I tried, Steve. I
He got a
tried.
problem with Ruth Chris and none of that.
Steve would have me locked up. No, but just stay true to who you are. Like, I feel like a lot of the times we know what we like, and why is it expected for women to always have to settle? And I think that's the hard part. And I'm not saying settle for high end things. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, why do we always have to accept everything that's handed to us? Especially with the comments, they were like, you just ungrateful. But so you take everything that anybody has to offer you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel that every woman has to do that, especially if she's in a position to where she has a certain way of life. I'm not in the business of fixing anybody anymore. Those days are over. I don't want to struggle with you. Struggle love is not for me unless we are already in love and something happened. So I feel like for women, I feel like it's best for you to stay true to who you are. You know what I mean? You don't we always lose ourselves when we become mothers. We're all about the baby. When we become wives, we're all about the husband and catering to him. We have to stay true to who we are and make them work for it. That's all it is. That's how I feel. And I feel like whoever he is, he will come correct and he will stand on business about you if he's serious. So that's my advice. I'm no expert, but that's my life and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, Patrick, here you go.
Patrick, what we're going to do is
don't you come on here, Patrick.
After we end, you can hit the link again if you want to chill backstage. We're gonna save the rest of that for the next time because
it gotta come healed.
I ain't gonna let you take us longer than church service. We already at that limit. If we was at certain churches, they'd be upset with us right now.
Yeah. Women, don't lose yourself trying to be somebody's everything. Don't do it. Because you won't have anything to give. You can't get blood from a turnip. My grandma always used to say that. So you have to get somebody who's going to pour back into you as well. So that's my advice.
Awesome. We definitely want to thank you for coming on with us. You know, we sent out the invite. Look at Alex defend us. Not this time. Not the way this started. Okay. Them seats was too high, y'all. It all comes back to the seats.
Yeah,
the seats was too high.
I can agree with that.
The brother was wrong. We in the wrong tonight. Don't worry, we're gonna have plenty of opportunities to get back on the right side.
Tell the pick me's that, please.
Yeah, we was wrong.
Calling women out their names, calling them bougie in a nasty way because they didn't agree. Men said that he was wrong. So
I've never even gone up that high in the arena. I don't really like heights. Chris, this one ain't our broadcast. We gonna have another broadcast where we did something right, and then we can say it with our chest. But today, City Boys, we down bad. But we bouncing back.
10,000.
We bouncing back. Patrick that had us all at Young's Buffet. Chris got us at the Golden Corral in the gas station. We just got to regroup.
Chris got y'all at 7-Eleven.
We got to regroup and get our hearts checked after all these pills. But anyways, we would thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back very soon with a special interview that Shaw did with a friend of his, Jimmy Hill Jr. aka Meat House. We'll be releasing that soon. And then we'll have another live coming up within the next couple weeks where we discuss some of the things we like to discuss. So until next time, Chris wants us to know that 7-Eleven's pizza is fire. And I want you to know
That's not the
that
Chris,
there are
man.
other places for you to get pizza from so that
Bubble
you don't
guts.
have to eat the 7-Eleven pizza.
Don't get those bubble
God
guts.
bless you, and we'll see you next time
Thanks for
on the
having
Senator
me.
Saint podcast. We
Bye,
out.
guys.
We out.